Okay, good evening, everybody. Feel free to take your seats, but don't be surprised if I make you stand again. So first up, I just want to say, and the reason I have notes here is because I talk a lot, and so we're going to try and keep it short.
Right.
I just want to say I'm excited. I had the honor of welcoming all of you, family and friends of Michael and Katie, and obviously this is their wedding celebration, and we know that many of you travel the distance at least to be here with us today. And Michael and Katie chose the venue because it's one of their favorite places to travel. And it means a tremendous amount to them that they wanted to share what I'm sure is going to be their best travel experience yet with all of you. So on behalf of Michael and Katie, thank you very much for joining us. Your presence marks the celebration of a journey in marriage. And obviously, celebration of the love that they have for each other. So that means a lot. And understanding your presence here is very important. So tonight, as they make their commitments to each other, just know that the reason you're here is because you've had a profound impact on their lives. Today represents not only the joining of Katie and Michael, but also the joining of their family and friends. And so, as part of that, they'd like to recognize their parents. Pam and Dale Davis, Marsha and Lincoln Scott. The happy couple would like to thank you very much for your support and generosity throughout the years. That's these four gorgeous individuals sitting in the front there. They're blessed to share their wedding day with you, their family and friends, and thank you very much for making the long journey. And as much as today is a celebration of their marriage, it's also a celebration of their love, which many of you know was built upon the last 4.5 years they spent together, and all the experiences encompassed during that time. We'd also like to take a moment to honor the loved ones that can't be with us today. Specifically, we'd like to honor Brian Moore, who we know passed away several years ago. So if you could all please join us in a moment of silence as we pay our respects. Thank you. I'll flip my page now. Go to the page. I did. At this time, it's my pleasure to invite Pam Davis, the mother of the bride, to perform a reading from the book of 1 Corinthians.
From the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13. I may be able to speak the languages of human beings and even of angels, but if I have no love, my speech is no more than a noisy gong or a clanging bell. I may have the gift of inspired preaching. I may have all knowledge and understand all secrets. I may have all the faith needed to move mountains, but if I have no love, I'm nothing. I may give away everything I have and even give up my body in order to boast, but if I have no love, this doesn't matter. Love is patient and kind. It is not jealous or conceited or proud. Love is not ill-mannered or selfish or irritable. Love does not keep a record of wrongs. Love is not happy with evil, but is happy with the truth. Love never gives up, and its faith, hope, and love, and patience never fail. Love is eternal. There are inspired messages, but they are temporary. There are gifts of speaking in strange tongues, but they will cease. There is knowledge, but it will pass. For our gifts of knowledge and of inspired messages are only partial. But when what is perfect comes, then what is partial will disappear. When I was a child, my speech, feelings, and thinking were all those of a child. Now that I am an adult, I have no more use for childish ways. What we see now is like a dim image in a mirror, then we shall see face to face. What I know now is only partial, but then it will be as complete as God's knowledge is of me. Meanwhile, these three remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love, and may it be so for you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Okay. Now, I don't know about all of you, but when I see a couple about to be joined in marriage, I find myself naturally wondering what it is that brought them together. Anybody else feel that way, or is it just me? This means yes. This means no. I wonder what common bond they share. that forms the foundation of their lives from this point forward. Because that's what marriage is. It's bringing your lives together, right? Well, it's almost second nature to kind of immediately serve up, generic answers like love, devotion, respect, those kinds of things. So those are good. And I don't think anybody in this place would doubt that Michael and Katie are developing those areas to each other. But what makes these two individuals unique is something else altogether. And I'm sure you all understand that. I think you'd all agree that when you think of them, both as individuals and together as a couple, there's only one word that comes to mind. They are both so nervous what we're going to say right now. Fun. Right? Fun. That's what I think of when I think of Michael and Katie. Yeah. Have you ever seen them together when they weren't laughing? Smiling? Joking? How about just making everybody else around feel better? Even if it was just for a second. You don't meet a lot of people that bring genuine fun into your life on a regular basis. I'm going to tell you, folks, make no mistake, we are all very fortunate to be impacted by these two and the cheer they naturally pour into our lives. It's been said that some people are just natural bucket fillers. I'm going to kind of explain what that means because it's not. Okay. Think about it. Many of the people you encounter on a daily basis, don't they leave you feeling a little bit drained? Maybe they just took some of your spunk, some of your vitality. You don't ever feel that way in these two. These two fill your bucket, right? When you leave them, you're naturally uplifted. At least me, my spirit feels joyful after I hang out with them. My bucket is full. The world needs more bucket fillers. Wow, I almost really screwed that. Eleanor Roosevelt once said that you get more joy out of giving joy to others, so you should put a good deal of thought into the happiness that you're able to give. That's what this couple standing before you is all about. Michael, Katie, your attitude of giving joy to others is what will carry this marriage for decades. That you bring joy, fun, and love to each other through your daily lives. Okay, audience participation time. Who's excited?
Yeah!
That was really good. Okay, can I get everybody to stand up? Since you all form the community of support that surrounds these two, I'd like each of you to help us in teaching them to uphold the love that they're going to have for each other. So it's time for your vows. Ready? Okay. Always stand beside them and never between them. Offer them your love and your support. Listen to them when they ask for advice, and above all else, do not call them during a televised sport event. In these ways, you can honor this marriage in which they have come to be joined today. If you offer your love and support to strengthen the bond of marriage and bless the new family created by their union, please answer by saying, "We do." We do. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Okay, ready? Here's the big moment. Okay. I'm going to ask you to state your intent. This is like the official part. Katie and Mike, do you, in the presence of your family, friends, and people who managed to make the cut, present yourselves willingly and of your own accord to be joined in marriage? If so, please answer we did. Will you promise to love, honor, and obey each other in good times and in bad times alike, taking on all challenges together, and put the greatest of your efforts toward building your lives together? If so, say we will. We will. Please had it if you couldn't hear it. Then please turn to each other for the sharing of vows, which I understand you wrote yourself, so you guys get a break from me talking.
Amen.
I have never really been interested in romance novels, romantic movies, except Titanic. Hearing people's happy love songs make me gay. I never once sat around as a child dreaming of my wedding day dressed in my Barbies and lace. Marriage was never something I thought too much about. In fact, In college, I thought it sounded like the worst idea ever. Not that I don't have an example of successful marriages in my life. My parents and grandparents are very happily married. But I didn't want that. They are in bed by 8 p.m. every night. But when I met you, Mike Scott, aka my Mr. Buff, you taught me how fun settling down and being in love could be. You give me freedom I crave, but you are always there for me the second I need you. You show me unconditional love is possible, that even after all my silly doofus things I do, you still love me. You just seem to know the right things to say to cheer me up when I'm upset, just as much as you are there and ready to celebrate my every success. And you always know just what to say to crack me up. I vow to do the same for you. I vow to celebrate your every success to the fullest of my ability. And when things aren't going well, I vow to never leave your side. I promise to love you to all of my capability, and I promise to listen to your long, detailed play-by-plays of Sabre games, and I even promise to pretend to care.
What a woman!
I love you until the end of time, as long as you never become an Ohio State fan. I can't wait to become a team with you. Together, I have complete faith in us that we can't possibly lose in the end. You are my best buddy, my partner in crime, my favorite doubles co-ed tennis partner, and the greatest love a girl could ask for. There is nothing I won't do for you. Since we are in the fabulous city of New York City, I think it's acceptable and maybe expected that I quote my all-time favorite poet, Carrie Bradshaw, who once said, maybe there are two types of girls in the world, the simple girls and the Katies. Maybe some women aren't meant to be tamed. Maybe they're supposed to run wild until they find someone just as wild to run with. Michael Raymond Scott, today I ask you if you will run wild with me forever.
Amen.
Oh.
I bought a Mason blue suit, so I don't think you have to worry about me becoming an Ohio State fan. Tough to top that. How about those vows? Some serious vowing going on right there. My vows aren't nearly as long. Says Hampton Inn on it too. Katie, I don't know why, but somehow I knew when I saw the girl having a margarita at 11:45 a.m. by herself at Cozumel in a Michigan hoodie that was the girl for me. I vowed to do many manly things, such as build stuff out of wood and metal, reach high shelves, take out the garbage and other gross stuff, and make sure you're always watching things in high definition. We have the technology. Just have to use it. Costs $2,000 and I watch it in standard definition. I vow we each have many personal endeavors in our lives, and I vow to support you in those endeavors, whether you want to go back to school or travel abroad. And if you want to go back to school, I'll help you cheat on the test. I vow to protect you, cherish you, and always, always be faithful. No matter what life